Hi.
We are Jacob,
Lacey,
Clay,
Sophia,
and Ayana.
We have been working on a project all about wonder and tolerance.
In this documentary, we asked other people at Foster Heights to give their opinion and thoughts about tolerance.
We think it is important to accept others and their differences.
No matter if they look different or act different, it doesn't matter.
We hope you learn something from this and use tolerance in your life.
Enjoy.
It affects my life every day because to get along with people and to work with people, you have to be tolerant and accept things sometimes that you don't agree with or that you don't like.
Putting up with it for the moment.
How does tolerance affect your life?
As an adult, you have to learn to tolerate situations because you learn how to think about your actions and think about what could happen if you were to react in response to something that you may not agree in.
What is a way to stop bullying?
Just probably spreading more kindness, teaching kids to be more aware that how it would feel if they were treated that way, and that we all come with different worries and different things that are going on in our lives, and just to be kind.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
To me, tolerance means embracing the differences that everyone brings to the table. We each have our own set of strengths and areas for improvement. And tolerance means that when we are working together, I'm not just focusing on what makes you different from me, but that I'm embracing those differences in order to make our collaboration more successful.
How does tolerance affect your life?
I feel that tolerance is being a patient and understanding and accepting of anything different. So my hope as a school counselor is that our students grow to be more tolerant towards each other and the world. Our students are our future, and tolerance is very important into making our future better.
What does tolerance mean to you?
Tolerance to me means appreciating each other for our own individual strengths, abilities, areas of interest, or hobbies, and being okay with not being the same as somebody else. Being able to appreciate that we're different, and it's okay to be different. And just because we're different, it doesn't make us better or worse than someone else. We just all have unique abilities and strengths, and collectively, that's what makes our society, fun and interactive, is that we are different people. We do have different things we bring to the table, and it's important to acknowledge that and be okay with that.
All right, how does tolerance affect your life?
Well, for me, I guess mostly it affects with our students here at Foster Heights. I want to make sure. Sometimes I see kids that may not be making the best choices and being kind to others. Luckily for us, we have wonderful kids, wonderful staff, but occasionally there will be some bad choices made that are and some unkind things said or done to others. So it affects me mostly with that, and just trying to approach that where we're teaching students to be tolerable and appreciate and respect other people and other people's property. That's kind of the biggest thing that we deal with, is we want to generate a level of respect for each other, irregardless of our differences.
From both sides, and then make that decision on what should be our next step.
All right. What is the way to stop bullying? Where did she go?
Well, I think if we all follow our 7 habits, that is a really good indicator on how to get rid of bullying and how to handle tolerance. All of those 7 habits will lead us to making those right choices. So the 7 habits are a big tool for us to use there.
Have you ever been bullied? Do you or your students get made fun of?
If I do, I don't let it bother me. I don't even pay attention to it. But my students, that bothers them if they get made fun of, but we try to stop it so they don't have to listen to it and they don't feel like they're getting bullied.
Do people put your students in stereotypes?
Sometimes they do. They think because they're only a 5-year-old, they can only do certain things, but we've got to let them, they can do lots of things. There's lots of 5-year-olds who do lots of things that, a 10-year-old can do. So
What does tolerance mean to you? Tolerance means to me that you handle someone really well, even if they're on your nerves really bad. How does tolerance affect your life?
Tolerance affects my life every day. As a special education teacher, I work with kids who may be different than others, and it's important for me to teach all students to accept others who are different and to be compassionate. And also, as a mother, it's important for me to teach my own children to be tolerant of others.
How do you handle bullying?
Oh, Miss Light does not like bullying at all. I try to talk to my children and tell them that we are to be friends with anybody and everyone at school and outside of school.
Do your students ever get left out?
That's a great question. Sometimes our students do get left out. However, here at this school at Foster Heights, the students here are really great at accepting our students. But you all know sometimes it's different when you see a wheelchair going down the hallway. We don't have many students here with disabilities that are in wheelchairs or that can't necessarily walk. But the students here are great with making sure our kids fit in, and they'll even help them get out of the wheelchair and play with them. So yes, sometimes our students do get left out, but overall we all get left out sometimes, but the students here have been amazing to really accept our students and love our students and help our students in whatever way they need.
Have you ever gotten left out when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, yes, I've been left out. It doesn't feel very well.
And how do you handle bullying?
If I see another student bullying another student, I try to intervene and ask, what's the problem? What's going on? Why are you being mean? Especially if the older students, I see an older student bullying a younger student, I try to step in and help that younger student out.
Thank you for your time.
What does tolerance mean to you?
Tolerance means to me that you have the patience to accept whatever is put before you and to be able to handle it without losing your temper.
How do you handle bullying?
Bullying, well, I try to talk to both sides to let both of them know what's going on. And the person who is being bullied, I really put my heart out there to them. But for the bully, I try to talk to them and let them know exactly what it is that they're doing and how they're making the other person feel.
How does tolerance affect your life?
How does tolerance affect my life? Well, I think working with students every day, we realize that not all students are alike. And it would be kind of boring if everybody was just alike in the world. And accepting that students are different and have different needs and strengths, and working with those.
All right. Remember, accepting others is important. We hope you accept others in your life. Everyone has their own definition of tolerance.
We think tolerance is accepting others for their differences.
It's also about being kind even if you don't agree with someone.
So, if you're following 7 habits, you are thinking of others. We hope you enjoyed our documentary.